Welcome everyone to Beyond the Adventure. Today's episode is a random Adventure Wednesday, and let's get started. So opening this episode up right here, I want to show you guys one of the locations that I was bringing you to on this episode. Now, I had originally planned on going somewhere else, and from what I can recall, there was a heat wave that went on, and this was either in the middle of like a hurricane or like a severe storm that was moving through the area, so decided to go out for a random adventure. That red building on the left that I just drove by was known as the Yankee Pedlar. They actually moved one of the side buildings up there a couple weeks back, and they demolished just about the entire thing. I will take a picture and I will throw it up on the screen when I go by there later on today to show you guys what it looks like now, but it's being converted into a bank. Anyways, right here I had left Holyoke, gone over the bridge to South Hadley, except when I showed you guys the footage just then, it was in reverse. So instead of going from Holyoke to South Hadley, I was going from South Hadley to Holyoke. I just wanted to get a closer shot of the dam. Anyways, here I am over in South Hadley. There was, I forget the name of this lookout point, but it's a park that was dedicated to somebody, and there was an eagle's nest that was here. So I thought I would stop by and try to see if I could get any footage of the eagle and, you know, just some footage of the river. It was, like I said, a very rainy day, and was very nice to have a rainy day considering we had had a heat wave for a while before that. Looking down the river straight ahead, that is actually Mount Tom right there. This is looking over from South Hadley over to the Holyoke side of the river. There's another shot of Mount Tom there. There's a very large decaying tree laying in the water there. Now this whole area, they had just redone it. Oh, look at the blue jay. They had just redone that whole area, like the deck was starting to fall apart and everything like that. So they redid that, they paved it, made a handicap accessible ramp to get there. Now this is driving through some of the back streets in South Hadley. And from what I remember, I headed up to Hadley. Yeah, that wasn't Hadley, the opening clip there. So yeah, this is heading from South Hadley up to Hadley. This is, on the right there is Mount Holyoke College. On the left right there is the Hadley Town Commons. Mount Holyoke College is a all-women's college. It's a very well-known college. And the Hadley Town Commons, my most memorable experiences there are seeing Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace on premiere night at midnight when it opened up. And they also used to have this chili cook-off or chowder festival, something like that when I was growing up. They had a bunch of just different chilies, clam chowder, corn chowder, lobster bisque, like everything. It was, you know, a food fair of just soups and bisques and chowders and stuff like that. But it was very good. I don't know why they stopped doing it. I absolutely loved going to that. So here we are heading on one of the many roads that I would take when I used to work all the way up in Hadley. I actually managed a Pizza Hut, so for those of you guys that have been around on the channel for a while now, I've taken you guys up there a couple times before to where the spot that the Pizza Hut used to be located. There's just some mist rolling up off the mountains going through the cornfields of Hadley. Now, this road that I'm going to take you guys down, it's a very quiet, nice road. It's also located near a nature preserve, so there's not too much development going on. I don't know what is up with those trees. I don't know what type of trees they are, but somebody planted a bunch of them. They don't look like fruit-bearing trees. This was filmed, I believe the original air date of this is I like that shot of the truck with the GoPro mounted on it driving through. Anyways, let's see if I can find, the original air date of this episode was August 3rd, 2017. So like I said, that's just a quiet field up there. It's a, you know, nature wildlife sanctuary, so you can't really do any off-roading or anything like that. You can just see the storm. You know, there's one of the signs right there saying it's a wildlife boundary. Now, that range of mountains right there, those are the Metacomet Mountains, also known as the Mount Tom Range or the Five Sister Mountains. I'm actually, I believe, next episode that is coming up, I go up to the top of one of those. Now here we are. This is the gap between Amherst and South Hadley. It's known as the Notch, if I remember correctly, and on one side there's a very good or very nice like farm store known as Atkins. We used to go up there all the time when I was a little kid. They have vastly expanded They don't really have that many orchards and stuff nearby where you can pick apples like they used to, but they have some amazing apple cider, and they have some really amazing apple cider donuts, so I would highly recommend checking that place out if you were ever up there. Anyways, here we are heading down towards, or I am heading down towards, there's a ditch.
See that spot
pile
right there?
Oh.
So funny story about, I don't know, probably 2 years ago, me and Tierney came up here for a hike.
So myself and my buddy Sean were up here hiking, and it was the middle of the winter, and you know, when you go hiking in the winter, you're supposed to go hiking with somebody, and we heard like this person screaming. So this is just me telling the story a little much, but anyways, we had heard this person screaming. We went back into the woods. We ended up noticing somebody had slipped, fallen on the ice. We had to, you know, we tried to get them up. They couldn't get up or anything like that. So we had to end up, I believe it was Sean walked out to the road. He had to call, you know, the ambulance up on the phone to get them out there, and he waited down the parking lot, and then the people were on the way, and I ended up taking my jacket off to keep the lady warm, and they had to carry the you know, the backboard through the woods where it was all ice and snow and slush and everything like that to extract this woman from the woods.
And she's not moving, and we're like, hello. So we go over, and I start tapping on her shoulder, and she doesn't move.
Yeah, she was out cold when we first found her.
Like certified and everything, so I know what to.
We heard them scream. We heard the lady scream, and then when I got over there, she was unconscious, and we're trying to get her up and everything like that.
I guess she came.
I believe this was like one of the inspirations for Story Saturday, was sharing all these stories with you guys during the middle of episodes, and just decided to make a show out of it. And as you guys know, I've been doing episodes of Story Saturday pretty much nonstop for a year and a half, almost
one day.
2 years.
Who the hell knows what would have happened? I mean, it was late. It was like 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock.
Yeah, it was late on the day, late in the day when that happened. And up in New England, when it's in the winter and the sun sets, it's usually around like 4 or 5 o'clock. So she probably wouldn't have done too good up there by herself, and chances are nobody else would have been walking in the woods that night. So thankfully we're there to help that person out.
Calls 911. He waits there. I'm waiting with her. I took my jacket off. I took my snow pants off.
Somebody's screaming about something in the background. I'm sorry if you can hear that. I apologize.
And,
so this is just walking. You can see the power lines over here, and if you head to the right, which I do believe I do, there is a quarry down there. There's a bunch of like warning signs, you know, no trespassing. There's blasting going on, and this and that. So took a couple of shots of that, and that's actually, I believe, that's the spot where I pulled. Yeah, that is the spot where I pulled the profile picture. I created the profile picture for this YouTube channel.
I don't know what happened to her. You know, I'm sure she's okay.
Very nice spot to hike if you ever do get the chance to go up there. Right here, I kind of went on the easier side of it. On the other side of the road, there's a mountain that you can go up. It gives you some pretty good views of the surrounding valley. But over here, it's like, you know, power lines, and there's a couple trails, and there's little loops to go through the woods and everything like that. So if you have kids or something like that, and you want to do an easier hike, that is the way you would go. Like I said, once you start getting further down where the power lines are, it does get a little steeper. So here I am heading down to where the, or it's not a quarry, I believe, is it a quarry? I don't know. Let me see if I can find out what it is. If I pull up the map on my phone, that'll tell me exactly what it is, because I can't begin to guess what it is right now to tell you what it is. So let's see. There's Holyoke. Now we're going, there's Swell Range. Yes, it is a quarry. So it is on Amherst Street. There is a quarry right there. It doesn't have like a thing that's designated what it is. You know, like a blip that you can click on the map and tell you what it is. But like I said, it is known as a notch. It's Swell Range State Park. It's a very large quarry. As it is, I'll throw a picture up on the screen. I'll take a screenshot of what I am looking at right now to show you guys. See if I can get the notch to where it says the notch. There we go. Do one shot and we'll do another.
Alright everybody, I guess I'll end it here.
Right here.
Thank you very much
Yeah,
for watching.
this is where I got the profile
Thank you very
picture.
much for joining me. For
Anyways,
this
guys, that was my
Wednesday.
random
I know
episode.
it's
Like I
raining
said,
out,
I
but
just
tried to make something
headed
out
out.
of it
Didn't
anyway
really have
to show
any
you guys.
goals
If
in
you
mind.
enjoyed
I think
video,
the
please
original
do me a
plan
favor,
was to
hit
go
the
up
thumbs up
to
button. Don't forget to
Mount
subscribe to my
Sugarloaf,
channel
but
to
it
see more
was
content
raining and
like this.
everything.
And I'll be seeing
And I
everybody
just
tomorrow for
chose to go on a
Thursday.
different episode or a different adventure. But anyways, guys, that's going to do it for today's episode. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see everybody tonight for another episode of Beyond the Adventure. Peace.